people. By the fact you like having these conversations, I would presume you get some kind of tranquility, some kind of satisfaction. Isn't that the feeling? Isn't that a feeling? Like, forget this fireworks feeling.
Yeah.
But just the tranquility.
I wouldn't call it tranquility. It's more of I'm deeply curious. I'm a very curious person, especially of the things that I don't know about.
But you accept the power. You accept that this source has power, knowledge, and intent.
Well, due to my singular and personal way I've been raised, so due to my personal history, I can't figure out, I can't imagine something the way you described. I'm more into the. Do you know? Do you know about? It's called optimistic nihilism. It's a philosophical standpoint.
Isn't that a contradiction?
No, it's not a contradiction.
Because nihilism,
Yeah.
Nihilism, I think nihilism is interesting because I think it was Nietzsche when he said that atheism has killed God.
Yeah.
He understood that, we say Europe hasn't understood the consequences.
Divinity and religion and
No, they haven't understood the consequences of atheism. People think you can just be atheism and live a normal life. But if you follow the natural conclusion of atheism, you have to say, in reality, there is no true morality. We can pretend, we can make up systems, but there's no true morality. It's subjective, it changes all the time. And also, atheism would lead to the conclusion of, because we're here just by chance mutation, no one really has a purpose. I can pretend to make myself satisfied. My purpose is to be happy, to help other people, to have a good job, to have children. I can pretend a purpose. But the reality is, without a creator, there's no true morality, there's no purpose, and then this leads to nihilism. But optimistic nihilism is a contradiction.
Because once you assume what you've just described, so the idea that there can be a lack of purpose to all of this,
but it's fake purpose.
That's when you can start to conceive yourself as lucky to be here, as lucky to be alive in unconceivable magnitude of possibilities and everything, and that can be a core feeling out of which make grow a moral, out of which grow ways to behave, ways to deal with others.
But nothing is fixed. It can change all the time.
There is nothing fixed.
Like say for example your bag.
This is my point.
Your bag. We would say, from our human experience, from what we understand, from reason, from intelligence, the person who made the bag gave it the purpose. The purpose to carry stuff, even the purpose to look nice. Even the one who made it, his purpose was to make money. But the purpose was given by the maker. Okay. But what you're saying is, the bag just came into existence, and we found the bag, and now we said, what can this be used for? We have unlimited uses. Let's use it to carry stuff. So the purpose hasn't come from the maker, because there is no maker. Whereas we would say, for the universe to exist, for us to exist, there must be a source, there must be a power.
Yes, but here you're actually making a false equation.
Okay.
Because you're equating something that we already know is man-made with something we don't know anything about. And another thing, and afterwards I have to leave because
no problem.
My friend's waiting for me.
No problem.
There is something called emergent organization that physicists and biologists are starting to work right now. And it's a very interesting topic because, in a sense, I will wait to see what are the results, because
I would say
also lead to discover that there is an organizing principle.
Yeah, but I would say then it's too late, because you had enough opportunity. And obviously that's from a religious point of view. But when you say that I presumed that the bag has been made, because this is what we know from human understanding, I would say I think you're aware. Have you heard the expression a default position?
Yeah.
This is the bottom line.
Yeah.
Everything we know, something didn't exist and then it came into existence. Everything we know from experience, there had to be something external who brought it into existence. So this, when we presuppose that the universe has a creator, this is not based on, well, you're Christian, well, you're Muslim, well, you're Hindu, so you believe that. No, put all religions aside, this is based on human experience, human reason, human intellect, where we don't know of anything that didn't exist, has come into existence in an organized manner with a system which hasn't been made, designed, created. So I would say that this is the default position. And what happens is, in Western society, we have this thing that when a person, I'm a Muslim, but I'm speaking as a person who believes in God at the moment. We have this position that when a person says he believes in God, why do you believe in God? We can't see him, we can't smell him, we can't touch him. You have to prove there's a God. In reality, Allah mentions in Quran, in chapter 2, a very interesting verse. It mentions, كَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ بِاللَّهِ. How is it you disbelieve in Allah? The Quran puts the emphasis on the person who doesn't believe in a God to explain why. Because we would say, the person who, I know you didn't say you're an atheist, but the person who is an atheist or agnostic, he has to actually demonstrate that the universe, the human being, the intellect, the conscious, that we're aware of our conscious self, emotions, can come into existence by random mutation without a creator. So we say there is the responsibility is on them to provide evidence, and they never can.
Are you confident with the concept of epoché?
Sorry?
Epoché.
Epoché.
Putting into bracket conviction and knowledge.
No, I'm not aware of it.
There's a theoretical move that has been made firstly by the Stoics in Greeks, and after it was recuperated from European phenomenology.
Yeah.
And my position, and then I will stay here, but I will have to go.
Okay.
My position is that there are people working on what you're saying, so
Yes.
trying to explain everything this from the opposite position, rather than disproving that there is a God, but proving that you don't need a God as it's been told. So for now, I think I will keep everything in brackets, and then we'll see.
I understand you have to go, but from what you said, I would. Sorry, excuse me. If you could just mind, if you want to talk about the cameras, the people are over there. Yeah. See the person with glasses? I just want to make two very interesting points.
Yeah.
One is, when it comes to Greek philosophy, or philosophy, what we understand from philosophy is this is human beings, intelligent human beings, coming together and trying to discuss God, purpose of life, morality, based on human intellect. With one key ingredient missing, which will never get them to a point, which will always lead them to confusion. It would never lead them to certainty, which is revelation. We are saying that in order to understand this, you have to have revelation. Human knowledge and experience is not enough. That's one point. Second point is something in Quran, which is very powerful for me. Chapter 52, about the creation of the heavens and the earth. It's the last point I want to mention to you. There's two verses. It mentions أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ بَلْ لَا يُوقِنُونَ. Allah mentions أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ. Were they created from nothing? Or did they create themselves? Did they create the heavens and the earth? Then it says, but rather they have no certainty. So, were they created from nothing? We know this is impossible. Something which doesn't exist, or something which is not there, can't create something. Second is, did they create themselves? It's impossible for something which doesn't exist to create themselves. The third option, which is not mentioned, but which is implied and is, I say, is a necessity, there has to be a God who created it. Then it says, did they create the heavens and the earth? So even if we exist, we have to be on a planet to exist. But the last point, which I find most amazing, because this was said 1,000, or this is revealed to, we believe, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who could not read, he could not write.
Obviously.
But it makes a statement, بَلْ لَا يُقِنُونَ, which I see for 1,400 years, no one has been able to answer this point. It says, but rather they have no certainty. When you look at atheists, agnostic, philosophers, they come up with proposals. They come up with, it could be this, we think it could be this, we're still looking into it. But the Quran says 1,400 years ago, none of them,
no matter how hard they try,
none of them will reach certainty. Now for me, it has to be revelation.
No, it's powerful.
Because this is something which you could refute. If an atheist turns around and says, we have a definite answer, and they can demonstrate it. If a philosopher says, we have a definite answer, then you can refute this verse. But I've watched these people, I've listened to these people, because for us it's a case of, I'm certain with what I'm upon, I'm convinced by Islam, I believe it's the truth. Only Allah deserves to be worshipped, Muhammad is the last messenger, the Quran is the book of Allah, there's going to be a day of judgment, I'm convinced by this. And obviously we're here to explain to others. So I look at their opinions, I look at what they say, I read their stuff. And one thing I notice continuously, they have ideas, they have possibilities, but none of them will claim certainty. And they believe it's something freeing. But in reality is, you have someone who says he's certain and someone who says, I'm not certain. Regardless of the discussion, this one will always have the upper hand. So that was my 2 points. Greek philosophy doesn't lead to, doesn't get anywhere, and Quran has already told us this.
Lovely. What's your name again?
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Jilani, yeah?
It's been
very
a
nice to
pleasure.
meet you. Thank you very much.
Have a nice
All the
day.
best. We're here every Saturday. If you have any more time, even bring your friend. It'd be nice to have a discussion.
Yeah, he's a bit firm in his positions.
No problem. We're ready. Okay then. Take care.